Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is covering my front nine of the Ice Bowl at White River Disc Golf Course. It is a C tier event located in Auburn, Washington. The first round we are playing from the blue/long tees. The second round we are playing from the red/short tees. Before we begin, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Alicia, why don't you tell us about hole 1?
Alright, here's the map of hole 1. It is a par 3, 275-foot hole. You'll want to throw something straight that either ends straight or barely to the right to stay in the fairway. Pretty open hole until you get close to the basket where the rough can come into play. What are you throwing here, Phillip?
I am throwing my Luster Rock 3, aiming to the left of the basket and hopefully hyzer flip the disc back to the basket. Unfortunately, I put a little bit too much hyzer and I hit the down tree. So now I'm trying to putt, do a big anhyzer putt. Hopefully get this close to the basket. Pretty close, right?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
And just a simple tapping.
Alright, here's the map of hole 2. It is a par 3, 309-foot hole. This is essentially a tunnel shot since the fairway width is very small for the first half of the hole. You want to throw something straight up the middle and hope that it does not hit any trees along the way. Phillip, what are you throwing here?
I am once again throwing my Luster Rock 3, gonna hyzer flip it so it stays in the middle of the fairway. Fortunately, I put a little bit too much ante on it and it's drifting a little bit too far right. Now I'm in some rough. Thought about going up the middle here, but deciding to go around, try to be the safer play. Throwing an AVR 3 here. Nice little doink, but got probably like 25 feet. Trying to be confident in my putting abilities. And cash.
Alright, here's the map of hole 3. It is a par 3, 368-foot hole. The play on this hole is to throw a big hyzer shot for the right-hand backhand players. You can either go in front and left of the grouping of trees in front of the basket or all the way around of the grouping of the trees on the right-hand side. The safe play is not to go too quickly. What are you throwing here, Phillip?
I'm going to be throwing my Halo Wraith on a slight anhyzer so I don't go too left. And hopefully hyzer just past the grouping of trees for a putt. Did what I want, and it's drifting all the way down there, getting past that grouping of trees. Get a little skip. Not as big a skip as I want, but got a solid putt. Probably like 20 feet. See, now I don't know what happened there. What happened? Do you know?
I have no idea. That
It
was just crazy.
just ridiculous.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Well, that's a birdie one I should have had, but I guess I'll just take the simple par. And yeah, then move on to hole 4.
Alright, here's the map of hole 4. For the first round, the basket is in the A position. Therefore, the hole is a par 3, 380-foot hole. There is a double mando on this hole, so you'll need to go right of the first mando tree and left of the second mando tree. If you miss the first mando, you'll play from the red tee pad. But if you miss the second mando, you'll play from the drop zone that is just left of the mando. This is an incredibly difficult hole with a low ceiling between the mandos. So Phillip, how are you going to attack this hole?
I will not be attacking this hole. I'm just throwing my ESP Buzz on hyzer to go through both mandos, then throwing some kind of putter to hopefully take my par. Fortunately, my Buzz decided to turn over on me and decides to miss the second mando. So I'm going to have to play from this mando. I'm going to be throwing my Get Freaky Zone. Thought through it pretty well. Going to get a nice skip in there. But of course I hit that tree. And I got a nice clean look. Good camera by Alicia. Just got to straddle putt this. And unfortunately I hit it a little too low. And I just tapped in for my double bogey.
Alright, here's the map of hole 5. The basket is in the B position, therefore the hole is a par 3, 259-foot hole. you'll want to throw something that will finish to the right really hard, so either a right-hand forehand or a backhand turnover. Or for me, being a lefty, a simple hyzer shot. What are you throwing here, Phillip?
Well, if I had a forehand, I would throw a forehand shot, but I don't. So I'm going to be throwing my RPM 2E, which is a very understable putter. Little hyzer, had a turnover on its own, which did pretty well. Turnover a little bit too much. Rolled, but luckily hit that tree, so now I have a long look for birdie look. Gonna try and jump out this in. Fortunately, I hit the very top branches, and but I got a putt for par, like 10, 15 feet away. Cash it in.
Alright, here's the map of hole 6. The basket is in the A position, therefore the hole is a par 3, 300-foot hole. Just like hole 5, you'll want to throw something that will finish to the right really hard. But unlike hole 5, there are many trees in the middle of the fairway to navigate, including a very, very tight window right off the tee pad. How will you be attacking this hole, Phillip?
I am throwing my Luster Rock 3 once again on a decent amount of anhyzer to go through the main window and hope I don't hit any trees. I usually do decently good on this hole, at least get through the main gap. Do here, not enough anhyzer though, and I doink one of the trees in the middle of the fairway. Luckily, I have a straight gap right to the basket, so I'm throwing my Luster Champion AVR3 on standstill. Pretty good. It's going to finish to the left, but I am pin high. Probably around, what do you think, 15, 20 feet?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Need to make this putt, though, because I can't get a bogey on this one. But center chains, that one felt really good. I need to keep doing that.
Alright, here's the map of hole 7, the famous duck hole here at White River. The basket is in the B position, therefore the hole is a par 3, 363-foot hole. For a right-handed player, you'll want to throw a hyzer through the initial gap and hope that you land in the fairway, not behind any trees. This is a very tricky hole because there are a lot of bushes and you initially have to throw over, and if you turn your shot over or hyzer out too early, you'll be stuck in the bushes. What will you be throwing, Phillip?
I'm going to be throwing my overstable Champion Rock 3. That way I know it's not going to turn over on me. And if I throw it hard enough, I'm going to be able to clear the bushes that are right in front. Threw it well, didn't put enough, didn't hold it flat enough. Visor out a little too early, but I got a semi-decent look at the basket. Apparently I almost rang it up, which is pretty cool. And tap in for my easy par.
Alright, here's the map of hole 8. The basket is in the A position, therefore the hole is a par 3, 187-foot hole. There are so many trees in the fairway on this hole that make it difficult, but there are some lines to hit right up the middle. How are you going to attack this hole, Phillip?
I haven't had much luck going up the middle, so I'm going to go on the right side, throwing my ESP Malta on a standstill, a little hyzer, trying to go around all the first initial trees. I did so, but I threw it a little too hard, ended up too far to the right. Now I'm a little pinched, and there's not a whole lot going on, but there's a simple right-hand forehand play that I'm using my putter with, which is probably going to be my only forehand on the round because I don't have a forehand. I end up grabbing my Luster Champion AVR3, nice little flick, and I'm within the circle. Probably 17 feet away. Been putting pretty good except for hole 3. Chain it.
Alright, here's the map of hole 9. The basket is in the B position, therefore the hole is a par 3 and 324 feet. You will have to throw a very tight gap right off the tee, and if you're lucky to get through the initial gap, the fairway has many trees to navigate still. If you can get through the down tree near the basket, you're in great shape. What are you throwing here?
I'm going to be throwing my ESP Buzz on a slight hyzer just to make sure I can make it through the initial gap. And wherever I land, I'm going to be happy. The goal is just to try and get through the initial gap here. I luckily make it through the initial gap. And then, unfortunately, one of my card mates decided to go right in front of my line, but gotta jump up here. I gotta make this. Cash it. Oh, I guess we're having a little rewind. And a slow-mo. Wow. Committed to that very, very well. Great birdie. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the front nine. Be on the lookout for the back nine. It's going to be coming out next week.
And make sure to like and subscribe.